Okay, let's start this up. It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
My name is Sam, and this is another drag race. Let's roll!
Today, I'm driving the new Mercedes C43 AMG. New for this year, different engine, different style, different interior, different exterior. On the other side, I've got the 2021 Mercedes C43 AMG. That's the W205. Here's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a drag race. We're going to do a roll race, and we'll do a comparison. Talk about the differences, what's new with this car, how do they drive, what they're worth, and which one is the better option. Of course, this is a new model, so supposedly it's better. That's the idea, but it's got a smaller engine. But for now, let's talk about the specs.
The 2021 Mercedes C43 AMG sedan uses a 3-liter twin turbocharged engine, intercooled, 24 valves. It makes 385 brake horsepower and 384 pound-feet of torque. It uses a standard 9-speed automatic transmission with manual shifting. Now, in terms of the curb weight, this weighs 3,902 pounds for the sedan, of course. The next one is the new 2023 Mercedes C43 AMG sedan. Under the hood, this uses a 2-liter inline-4 turbocharged and intercooled 16-valve inline-4. It makes 402 brake horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. It uses a new 9-speed automatic transmission with the AMG Speed Shift MCT multi-clutch, which is set to deliver faster shifts than the conventional 9-speed automatic transmission from the old V6. It has a 4MATIC all-wheel drive system, which features a fixed 31% front to 69% rear torque split. The engine is assisted by a 48-volt hybrid system, which can temporarily contribute up to 13 brake horsepower at low RPM. The turbocharger incorporates an electric motor to spin up the compressor quicker, which in turn reduces the turbo lag. This 2023 C43 sedan weighs 3,870 pounds, which is not far off from the V6.
We're going to put it in Sport Plus mode. Keep the automatic transmission automatic mode, no manual shifting. When I say 3, 2, 1, go, we roll together. All you have to make sure is look at my car, stay right beside me, all the way to those cones that you see there. At the cones, we launch. That's how it works. Like we did a few tests, right? So you just like 3, 2, 1, go. On go, we roll together all the way to the cones. We're trying to get about 50 to 60 kilometers, but you don't have to worry about. All you have to worry about is this. Stay right beside me in this kind of like position, all the way to there, and then you slam on it. Any questions? Okay, sir, make sure you're into drive in Sport Plus, and 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. 4-cylinder versus V6. He's ahead of me. Wow. You got that. Okay. 3. Make sure into drive. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, this is perfect. I'm just a little bit, but he's like, oh my god, he's actually edging in. That was like equal. That was pretty equal. At a higher speed, that was like literally equally the same, and you did perfect on that. So very impressed. Now we're gonna do from a dig, but you did amazing. Honestly, you did really, really good. Okay, launch control is perfectly active. I'm good on this side. I'm good to go, Jim. Launch control is active here, so I'm set. Here we go. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Come on. He launched at the same time. He's gone. Also, this Mercedes is like holding so tight to me, I feel claustrophobic. So let's talk about these. So what's new for the 2024 C43 2023 in this case? Well, first thing is the outside. You notice massive changes on the exterior, but yet with a very similar theme to the W205. That's the W206. This is W205 that I'm driving right now. You have sleek design. You have very, well, let's say skinnier headlights in comparison to the W205 that I'm driving. You also have different wheel design, and if you upgrade to the 19-inch, which that one comes with, it also changes the top speeds to about 165 miles per hour from 155. The most important fact is that the design on the outside still kind of resembles the W205. Now, which one would I prefer out of these two? They look about the same in some ways, but very different at the back, very similar at the front. The W206 reminds me a bit of that Mercedes AMG GT, that, let's say, the shooting brake style, that kind of the front end. The rear end, of course, the taillights now are also a bit skinnier and it has that 3D effect. I don't mind it. The side skirts as well now are a bit more extended in comparison to the one that I'm driving right now. You also have bigger brakes, bigger calipers, bigger rotors as well in comparison to this. Most importantly, the interior is also very different. Now we have, well, new interior. You have the massive screen in the center. This doesn't look that very outdated. The W205, in my opinion, is still very relevant. We have a digital screen,
This doesn't come with a heads-up display. There's a digital cluster in the center. There's a digital infotainment display. This is not touchscreen. You can use it with a center unit. Now that's gone. That's fully digital screen right now in the Mercedes W206. It has that massive screen in the center. I do like that this still has buttons for the climate unit. You can use everything right in the center here. This has that Mercedes clock, of course, traditional to the C-Class. Oh, can't replace that. That you can't replace. It's got the juice all in and out. Like, this is just... I also like the steering wheel more here. I love this chrome finish around it. Not a big fan of that butterfly style that it comes in the new model. This is a bit more, I don't know, feels more sporty. Love the grip here. Everything just nicer, and even the paddles are so much extended in comparison. The difference is very noticeable. Of course, you got a nicer infotainment display. Of course, you have a digital screen. The seats are, I'd say, a little bit nicer in the new one. They hug you better. They're a bit more comfortable. But these are broken in, so they feel a lot more comfortable than those ones because they're not broken in yet. Oh, I completely forgot how good this thing was. It's really nice. It's got a deep voice and a deep noise, like very conservative yet a bit loud, just enough to make you excited. It's like you don't find that. Oh my God, this thing is amazing how it drives. I completely forgot how well this thing drove. Wow, impressive. It just doesn't sound the same as the V6. After jumping from that to this, it essentially feels like a CLA 45 in my books. I don't hate 2-liter 4-cylinder engines. Don't get me wrong. Mercedes makes one of the best, or the best, 4-cylinders out there that can make 400 horsepower like this. And they're the best at making hybrids. They won 7 championships because of that. Although this doesn't have a lot to do with the F1. It doesn't have any connection to the F1 cars, but it does have the philosophy of that design, of that engineering. That's the thing. It's just a 4-cylinder that you can get a CLA 45 with the same engine. What's the point of spending money on this? Well, one argument you can make is big enough. The CLA 45, it's smaller, so this is the perfect size for some people. It's just, you're so aware that there is a 4-cylinder in the front, a massive 4-cylinder. But they also talk about turbo lag, and they say that this has an electric turbo, which means it's always spooling. That means it avoids that turbo lag you get in the bi-turbo version. But driving them back to back, I don't really feel that. What I do feel is the violent shift in this car. It's just so punchy. Every time you upshift, it's like punchy. It feels like someone is hitting you from the back. Not so much on downshift. You're so aware that you're driving a 4-cylinder car, and when you get to the last part of this video, which is pricing, this one that we have cost $92,000 Canadian. That is the sticker price for this thing. You don't get wireless charging pad. You don't get ventilated seats with this. There's no heated seats in the back. And the mirrors do not fold with this package. It is a bit pricey. I don't hate it. I like 4 cylinders. I've always loved them, and Mercedes makes one of the best. But for $92,000, you can get an Audi S4 with a V6. You can get a BMW inline 6 3-liter with less money. And it makes it very difficult to choose this one over those two Germans. You can go even further to the Koreans. You can get a Stinger. You can get a G70. The options now are, wow, massive. Like, you can get a lot of sedans in that kind of category. The Germans themselves offer that. So how do you justify $92,000? How do you walk into a dealership and you say, I want to pay $92,000 for this 4-cylinder? And the fuel efficiency, it's not massive between the two. It all depends how you drive, but it's not a massive difference between. I've averaged in about, conservatively driving about 11 liters per 100 kilometers. He says he's averaging about 13, which is not a big gap between the two. And it also has to do with how you drive. For me, I like the car. I don't love it, but I like the car. I don't mind it. I just don't like that it's $92,000. Specifically this one. It's a lot of money for a 4-cylinder car where you could just get a CLA 45 AMG. But then again, you can't really blame Mercedes because they didn't do this. I'm not talking to you.
What do you want to do?
The European Union, the governments, everybody is forcing automakers to go to this level. Can't really blame Mercedes for this. It's not their fault in many ways. They tried, but they had no other option because the European Union wants them to do this. BMWs figure out a different way to do that, but even them, it's going to come a time where all those cars are going to go away. Potentially no more inline 6 or no petrol cars at all. So it's a tough one. It's a tough price to accept in my books.